I thought it's probably best to give you an update on what's going on with this steering scenario. You know, it's not a perfect situation, but there's a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, who are contacting us saying, I'm changing my order from an Entegra to a Newmar or whatever. Look, our problem, we are definitely in the minority. You know, we've met hundreds of Entegra owners and they are all blissfully happy. There's no doubt that Entegra make a great product and most people are happy, but you know, there are a handful of people, me included, that we're not happy. And it's not that we're not happy with the Entegra, the Coach. I mean, we're over the moon with ours. I mean, it's I can't really fault the actual product, the Entegra product, but the Entegra product sits on a Spartan chassis, and the problem we've got, and I know a handful of other people, is a steering problem. Now, either Spartan do know about it and are pretending it doesn't exist, hoping that we'll go away, or it's a new problem. I've had people ringing me asking me if I have the solution. Well, with the greatest respect, I'm not Spartan. I mean, I have got a theory, but it doesn't actually solve the problem. It might indicate what the problem is, but do you know, it's not for me to solve Spartan problems. You know, we've had this for 7 months, and from 2 weeks after owning the Coach, we reported this problem. And Entegra have tried, and we've been to various garages, but at the end of the day, this lays firmly on the shoulders of Spartan Motors. They make the chassis, they deliver it to Entegra, Entegra build the Coach. So the situation is that, and I'll make an apology to Spartan because I did vent my anger on my last video at you, because from what I knew then, it would appear that you did absolutely nothing to my Coach and you didn't align it. But I've since seen the test report sheet that shows that you did align it. And this is where it gets interesting, because basically from leaving Spartan totally, and I've got the sheet over there if anybody wants to see it, but from leaving Spartan, my RV was completely aligned front, drive and tag axle, and we drove, long story short, but basically we drove to Nashville with some friends, and then from Nashville, because we were unhappy, we drove via Elkhart for the Entegra Rally to Missouri to a alignment specialist. And if you've seen the video on that, you'll know that it arrived completely, and I mean completely, out of a line. This is Paul. He's just been the unfortunate person that's just realigned my Coach. Paul, this has just come from Spartan. How far out was the alignment?
Both rear axles were pointed one direction and the front end was pointed way in. It was over twice the toe it needed to have in it.
So how would that affect my driving experience going along?
Make it really sketchy and make it kind of back and forth like it was doing.
So between Spartan and Missouri via Nashville, that's probably what, 500 miles? The alignment's all out. So Missouri, Perry Legend, the company are called, they put it right. They made sure the rear axle was actually pointing in the same direction as the front, and we left there, and it did improve the ride without a shadow of a doubt. The ride was improved, and the thing is, you go for a test drive with the guy, and it feels better. But then you do another 300 or 400 miles, and you think, you know, this isn't better. This is still the same. So then we went to a repair shop in Texas. We're actually in Texas now. So we've had all the alignment carried out in Missouri, which did improve the steering. It now doesn't want to keep driving into the ditch, but it still wasn't right, and I knew it wasn't right. So I'm pretty convinced it needed a steering box. So Spartan have arranged for us to be here for an appointment. It's called Holt in Dallas Fort Worth, and they've had the RV for 2 days. So it was actually ready yesterday, and I think they have fixed the steering. I think the steering is now sorted. Hopefully you've seen. And what's the first thing they say? Oh, your alignment is all over the place. So is it that my RV has been aligned, is being aligned correctly, and then after 300 miles, give or take, it moves? Because, and just to prove this point, I had Spartan on the phone, and you know, give credit where credit's due. Spartan are over me like a rash. They want to get it fixed. They don't really know what it is. They're going to fly someone down to wherever I leave the RV, and they are going to get it fixed. So they say. But no disrespect, Spartan, if you're watching this. Why hasn't it been fixed in the last 7 garages? What are you going to do different now that you haven't done previously? My theory is, and Spartan did allow me to go to a garage in Arizona just to sort of satisfy my theory. Bear in mind, we left Texas, and the guy he aligned it. He took photos of the alignment on the Spartan chassis on the steering gearbox. There's 2 alignment marks, one on the shaft and one on the actual gearbox. He actually took photos of that being in line, which he showed me, and I've got a copy on my laptop. If from leaving Texas and driving to Arizona, which is a pretty boring drive if I'm honest, but anyway, we then took it to a Spartan repair shop in Arizona, one that we went to in January or February. I think they were dealer number 3 we went to in our 7 or 8 dealerships we've now visited. And we told him we didn't want anything changed. We merely wanted an alignment check. So, guess what? They've done the check and it's out. The rear axle's out and the front axle, the front camber, caster, toe, everything is out. So, basically, my rear and front steering geometry is moving. That doesn't give me a great comfort feeling driving a vehicle for all these miles, knowing that somewhere under that it's moving around as it wants. So I don't really know how or what they're going to do this time that's any different to the time previously. I just want an RV that I paid a lot of money for to work. So that's where we're at. As soon as there's any change in this situation, I'll let you know. But as it stands, nothing's changed apart from I think I have discovered what's happening. Not Spartan and not a repair shop. I've come up with the solution, I think. Well, not the solution. I've come up with the probable cause of what's happening. Because I've just checked all the prints that all these different alignment shops give me a copy of, the before and the after. And surely the after should be the before in the next garage. But you get a before out of a line and the after in line. I drive 300 miles and the before in the next garage should be spot on. No, completely out again. And so it goes on. So something's moving under this coach. Don't know. Never heard of it before. I mean, I really must thank all the people, and I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of people who are sending us their sort of good wishes and, you know, hoping it all turns out. Well, I really do appreciate it. And some of your messages and offers of buying us some beer and wine and taking us out to dinner. Listen, if we pass your door, I'll be knocking on it. So thank you so much for your support, and let's hope this all sort of ends the right way. Anyway, there we go. I'll carry on. I'll carry on having a beer, and I'll let you know if anything else happens. So, cheers.